So as I make this video, it's 2 days before October, which is Q4, as we always know. It's the 3 months where everybody starts panicking, rushing around and thinking, where did the year go? I did not even get through half of my dreams or my goals 6-9 months ago, however long it may be. Now, the question you need to ask yourself is, are you going to wait another 3 months and then decide, well, this is now the year that I should have done last year, and you've wasted a year? Or are you going to start taking action right now? So here's a couple of tips that I will be doing and I will be putting towards our community. They have to take the accountability for them to do and start to make sure that 2025 is not another one of those years or another January where people make loads of promises to themselves and fail before March. Now, over the course of my life and over the course of what people I've worked with, summer seems to be the months where people fall off. I think outdoor weather, especially in the UK, we don't get much good weather. The happy vibes, maybe people are doing okay for themselves, have done okay in the first and the second quarter. So they tend to tail off a little bit in the summer months. That's the months that everybody starts to make excuses because they need to be doing etc. and things like that. But that's the time that you really need to knuckle down. Now, to prepare yourself for that, you need to be of the mindset that, one, you're aware of that, and two, maybe you don't start 2025 in 2025. Maybe you start 2025 in the last quarter of 2024, okay? And the way that you think about things and the way that you are living your life, you're going off this daily and this weekly and this quarterly and this yearly way of thinking, whereas we should be thinking of every single day to push ourselves forward. I, for one, procrastinate. Most people do. I'm not going to turn around and say that I don't. I have a whiteboard here with all the goals for this year, and I'm about halfway through them. So that actually means that I've really got to kick on in the last quarter of this month. So this is what you need to be doing, and this is what I will be doing, and I will be preaching to the community over the next couple of days. October, November, and December. Very important. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing monk mode. Now, if you follow me for a while, you know I've done 75 Day Hard. You know I've done Insanity multiple times over the last decade, in Max Insanity, and now I've been doing Dig Deeper for 6 months. So since February, I've been doing Dig Deeper. I'm now in my 3rd cycle of doing that. Now I've had a little rest. And that's because I always want to push myself, because fitness for me is a mental game. Now, with a monk mode, you can add your 10 pages in, you can add your celibacy in if you feel the need to do that. Might be hard if you've got a marriage, etc. and things like that. You can add your water in, etc. and things like that. So how I'm going to do monk mode is just like 75 Day Hard. I'm going to add my pages in, I'm going to add my food, my water, no cheat days, nothing like that. Make sure I push myself fitness-wise to the maximum of my ability every single day. And you need to make a calendar. If we can make maybe we put a Notion template together, but you need to make a calendar and you need to be accountable for those things every day. Now, if October you complete just your 30 days of monk mode, just 30 solid days, that is going to propel and compound for you into the November. And that's where you're really going to kick on in everything else what you're trying to do, whether that's get a certain amount of funding, whether that's even past your funded accounts and challenges to try and get a certain amount of capital, whether that's to get payouts, whatever that may be. You need to make sure that that plan is in order. By the time you watch this, well, just after you watch this video, go and get your pen and your paper and your journal and start to write down the things that you need to be writing down. Okay, it's very important that you write down within your journal your plan until now before December ends. Okay, so that's key when it comes to that, and they'll kick you over into November. I also want you to do is write down the emotions and everything that you are going to be feeling when you achieve this. I always say this to our students in the community: how will you feel when this happens? How will you feel when you achieve that? Okay, whether that is being funded, whether that is passing certain challenges, whether that is getting to a certain weight at the gym, whether that is completing a book that's been set on your shelf for months, whether that is buying that domain name and starting your own business around your trading. Okay, whatever that may be. Okay, make sure you write down the emotions of how that's going to make you feel around that achievement. Now, people might say about time. Listen, I have 4 children. Yes, 3 of them are old. I have a wife that I spent a lot of time with to make sure that my marriage is as solid as possible. Okay. Some don't want to spend time with the wife. Well, I'm telling you now, it works and it's worked perfectly for me. There's no excuse to not do the things that you say you're going to do. So if you don't have those responsibilities, well, you've got all the free time in the world. So I would not be wasting that. So make sure that you plan your goals of what you need to be doing now for November. Okay, it's very, very important. And write down the emotions once you achieve that. Now, once you're at the end of November, most people are going to be chilling because of December. I, for one, over the years, through trading, have taken a step back in December. I've taken a step back when actually you could be making a lot of money in December and your goals are not achieved. So why are you taking that time off? It's very, very simple. I, for one, have a program that I'm building in the background. It takes time to build that program. Should I be ahead? Absolutely. So by giving myself a time that things need to be done, will they be achieved at the end of that time? I do not know, but they will be closer. They will be closer than they were if I did not give my time. So let's see, as simple as this. Month 1, which is October, is going to completely take care of stage 1. Stage 2, we're going to propel and compound that mindset and that belief system and that habitual ways that we've added into our life into concreting our trading strategy, our trading capital, etc., and concreting our goals of what we want to achieve by stage 3, which is the beginning of 2025, when everybody else is sat there thinking about, well, this is how I'm going to do my 2025. Okay, I had goals at the beginning of this year. Nearly all of them are completed. Not all of them. I have a 10-year list goal here. That is a compound effect of every single year. Now, there are a lot of people that will say do this and do that, etc. This is just my personal opinion. I'm big into fitness because of my former career, as you know. I'm big into psychology and philosophy because it's what has allowed me to get where I need to get to and be a happy person inside and outside. So I can only give you that advice. Reading has been a game changer for me. So make sure you are reading your book. Doesn't have to be trading, can be day-to-day life. I suggest philosophy and day trading books, but not too many. That's what you're going to be bringing into your monk mode. So monk mode is very, very simple, people. Read your pages, work out every day. Make sure you get your liters of water in, just like 75 Day Hard. If you want to go and be celibate, then fine, do that. So some of you may not even have a choice. and I will pray for you if that's the case. But at least you'll be ahead of the game when it comes to that superpower that man hold. If they don't, obviously, you know what. So depending on your circumstances, some things may be easier than other things. Whatever it may be. If you don't live near a gym, do your workouts at home. These things will take you into November. November is going to be the key. And then December, you are then going to be saying, did I do what I needed to do? Around about the 19th, maybe the 20th of December, you need to make sure that you have completed this. And one final piece for that is when you get your journal, or take a video, whatever you want to do, just write a little letter to yourself or give yourself a video today or tomorrow when you start this for October and say, did you achieve these goals? Okay, make a video to yourself and write this note by saying, I'm setting out to achieve blah, 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 blah. This is where I want to do, etc., etc., etc. And if I don't do this, how am I going to feel if on the 20th or the 19th or the 21st of December, I look at that video or I read that note? How am I going to be feeling? Most of you will feel embarrassed if you do not do that. And I want you to feel embarrassed because you should do if you don't achieve most of it.